Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So, as expected, we got a little bit of a pullback. So, basically, when you look at the charts, you always expect some kind of a tail to the top if you're moving up, or kind of a tail to the bottom when you're moving down. It's more the norm than not, should I put it that way. So the monthly has ended up with a nothing bar. It's actually a range bar. Oscillator's not giving us anything. We are still halfway through the week, and the weekly bar is sort of hovering around this area. And I would actually just put that level in. You can see that is the interaction there. Bit of a head and shoulders or a inverse cup and handle here. So the big question is this going to be a rejection for a continuation, or are we going to start building off here? So it does look like rate hikes and inflation has been priced into this market. So remember, market's also forward thinking, so that makes a lot of sense there. But at the moment, on the 8 hour, we've had two range bars, which to me is looking a little bit like a wedge, a rising wedge, should I say, which would indicate some kind of a move to the downside. Now, I'm just going to put in two levels here to the downside. So those are the three areas we need to pay attention to. So obviously, firstly, we're on this weekly level here at 41.42. So that is a critical line in the sand. Breaking that, then we are looking at these two areas to the downside. And I'll get to those now. 3 hour not offering much. We do have a crossover brewing on the oscillators, and you can see the 3 hour starts looking like a bullish wedge or a bullish channel break. I think let's just do this on the hour because it's going to be a lot clearer there. So there is our wedge, or our channel, if you want to call it. But anyway, it's a consolidation pattern. Didn't quite get onto any structure. The one bit of structure we're looking at was here. It floated around with that, but then came back below it. So I would argue at the moment that we have a little bit of a consolidation triangle forming. It could also be a wedge in the opposite direction for another leg down. So for me, that should go away. And what you're looking at is a break above 41.67. Now, if we get down to the 15 minutes, you'll see typical end of month trading. Absolutely nothing going on. Big up, big down, big confusion. Lots of noise in the market at the moment. Remember, we now have non-farm payrolls on Friday, so you may find that this just continues until non-farm payrolls, and we don't really get a direction going. We are in amongst the moving averages in the 15-minute. We were most of the US session. So the European session, we sort of continued to the downside. So there were probably little scalps here, especially this one here, a retest of this area, 41.67. But this level hasn't been tagged. So 4100 is critical. This area that we're at now, which is a weekly level, 41.42, is also critical. So I'm kind of the opinion that we are sideways at the moment, and we're probably going to stay sideways, let's say probably for the rest of the week until non-farm payrolls, or we're going to muck around either in a bigger range or in a smaller range until then. I would still be interested to see if we can buy off 4100, and the bigger move, 4100 there, but the bigger move to the downside would be this one at 46.3. Bear in mind, the trend is still down on the bigger time frame, so there's no confirmation of a trend reversal just yet. So this trend that we've been in since 29th of March is pretty much continuing. So yeah, I think for me, this is a cautious area. These tails need to be breached, and you need to find support up there at 41.67 before start looking for longs. In the meantime, you may find some scalps here. If you do start building a base here with a crossover and a grouping of the oscillators, well worth the opportunity. Bear in mind, you've got a 15-minute gap to the downside here still as well. So you can actually draw that level in. You can see a lot of interaction there as well. So pullbacks to 41.42 obviously, and then 41.25 or 26, and ultimately 4100. So by now you'll know when you start drawing multiple levels like that and prices just hovering between them, you are ranging. And I think that's pretty much the moral of the story. Only trade I'm looking for is a break of 4167. Break that, come back, test it, give me structure, and then we're looking for the long. Alternatively, I'm looking to see what happens down here at 4100. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.